Round number 2 in your head horses. We're going to number 36, Taylor Cherry and Colton Clausen, bringing us Oaks Lucky Crime. 4-year-old gelding we watched in the first round. Colton Clausen becoming one of the up-and-coming headers throughout our province and our industry. Cash gets it done. It's going to be a 7-0-1, a 7-0-1 with a barrier. A 75 from judge number 1, a 75. And judge number 2, going to be a 74 with a 63 on your time score. It's going to be a 212, a 212 for hip number 36, Colton Clausen and Oaks Lucky Crime. Here comes hip number 38. Hip number 38, Doug Jones, Telfueling. She's almost right. They call her Izzy. Here comes that 5-year-old mare we watched just a moment ago. Been shown in the working cow horse and just started in the roping pen this past spring. He's right on by Lena's right on by smart little Lena. We'll put one together there. It's going to be a 10 flat on a stronger one there. It's going to be a 72 from judge number 1, a 72. 74 from judge number 2. And a 70 on your timed score for a total of 216. 216 for Telfueling, and she's almost right. Let's go to hip number 39. Hip number 39. We're looking at Vaughn Workin and Kyle Wilson. They got Sonitas, Little Drifter. 5-year-old gelding. Five-year-old gelding by a Little Oaky Cat by Highbrow Cat. And a mare out of Sonitas, Colonel Pep. There's a 6-8 right in front of us there. And a 75 from judge number 1. Judge number 1. Judge number 2 is going to give us a 74. 74 and a 74 on your timed score for a total of 223. 223 for Sonitas Little Drifter, hip and number 39. Here is Hillbilly Hollows, Cody Potts and Diamonds and Dinero, Little Joe. Little Joe is back with us. Again, this horse was purchased by Grant Rail Little 2 years ago. Came to Hillbilly Hollows, broke and ready to work. There's been about 6 months of roping on this horse. Yeah. It's going to be a 6-1-1, a 6-1-1. Judge number 1 is giving us a 74.5, a 74.5. Judge number 2 is going to be a 73 and a 74 on your timed score for a total of 221.5, 221.5 for the Sunfrost bred mare from Hillbilly Hollows. Let's go to hip number 44. Hip number 44, we're watching Brett Buss on Reed's Charm. They call him Trigger. Coming from the Armstrong family. Here's a top 6 finisher at the Leonard Schmidt Memorial. A 7-9-0, a 7-9-0 in the field with a 74 from judge number 1. 72.5 from judge number 2. 73 on your timed score for a total of 219.5. 219.5 for Kelly Armstrong, Brett Buss, and Reed's Charm. Let's go to hip number 45. Hip number 45 is going to be Logan Bonnet. Ima Steady Chex. He calls him Hooey. 5-year-old sorrel gelding raised by Ken and Lane Betts out of Bashaw. There he be right there, 675 in the field. It's going to be a 73.5 from judge number 1, 73 from judge number 2, and a 74 on your timed score for a total of 220.5 for Logan Bonnet and Ima Steady Chex, hip number 45. Let's go to hip number 46. Hip number 46, Cash Bonnet aboard Boy Wrangler Lark. Here comes Joe, 6-year-old quarter horse gelding, Boy Wrangler Lark, by Vaughn Lena Starlight, by Vaughn Starlight, by Vaughn Reminick. Well, they're putting one together in 6.27, 6 and 2-7. Judge number 1 is giving us a 73.5. Judge number 2 is giving us 74.5 and a 74 on your timed score for a total of 222. 222 for Cash Bonnet and Boy Wrangler Lark, hip number 46. Here's number 47, Vaughn Workin and Kyle Wilson above JT Risin Sensation, KW. Here's a 4-year-old, friends. Going to be a 694, a 694 Judge number 1 has given us a 75.5, a 75.5. Judge number 2, 74.5, 74.5, and a 74 in your timed score for a total of 224, 224. Good run. Let's go to hip number 48. Hip number 48, the Fawcett's are back with us. Lena Drift Bars. Cheddar. Here comes Cheddar. Another horse from the Messon family at Tees, Alberta. Kenton's done it, started him himself. It's been a nice horse to train through. 6-year-old. Well, our host puts one together, an 8 and 6-9, 8 and 6-9. Judge number 1's going to be 73. 73 from judge number 1. 73 as well from judge number 2. And a 72 on the timed score for a total of 218. 218 for Kenton Fawcett and Lena Drift Bars. Let's go to hip number 49. Hip number 49. We're looking at Tell and Taylor Fuellian's horse, Gunner Dunnit Fancy. Purchased from Aaron Miller, Cremona, Alberta, as a 4-year-old. Been riding at the World Series Ropens. And has been to a few pro rodeos in the breakaway. This good-looking buckskin gelding from the Fuellians. Looking good. Going to be a 7 flat, 701. 701. It's going to be a 74.5, a 74.5 from judge number 1. 74.5 from judge number 2 as well. Our timed score, 68, and it's going to be 217. 217 for the Fuellians and Gunner's Done It Fancy. We're on to hip number 50. Hip number 50, the Wedmans are coming at us with Kyle Faco aboard Juana A Rum. Bred and owned by Crossbell Performance Horses, one of our major sponsors here today. Proven in the Ranch Roping. All right, well, it's going to be a 763, 763, and a 71. 71 from judge number 1, 70.5 from judge number 2, and a 63 on your time score because of that barrier. Is going to be 204.5, 204.5. All right, we're going to Levi Schmidt, hip number 51, Levi Schmidt and Tynes Manley Lucielle Freebie. The horse he got for free we were talking about earlier. Top-notch head horse, he says. Stands flat, runs flat. Pretty gentle to be around. And it's a 760, 760 in the field, and it's a 74.5, 74.5 from judge number 1, a 74 from judge number 2, and a 73 on your time score for a total of 221.5, 221.5 for Levi Schmidt and Freebie. Hip number 52, we're back with Mr. Von Worken aboard Cable's Melolena. 6-year-old gelding. Von Worken bringing us a trailer full of horses in the hidden and healing here today. Horse that was bred by Harry Neitz at Stettler. Well, a 798. A 798 in the field and going to be a 73.5, a 73.5, and a 73.5 from both our judges, and a 68 on your timed score for a total of 215. A 215 for Von Morken and Cable's Melolena. Hip number 54, if you're following along in your catalog. Here's Dawson Graham aboard Juan A Chex. You saw him earlier in the healing. Here's a double ender here. And it's a 713, 713 for the Graham. 72.5. 72.5 from judge number 1. 73.5 from judge number 2. And a 73 on your time to score for a total of 219. 219. This is a 4-year-old mare. 4-year-old mare by Root Beer Boots. I don't need to go any farther than that. Everybody here knows Root Beer Boots. Lots of progeny around the province or Western Canada. Well, Mr. Tristan Woolsey is going to finish it up. It's going to be an 8-9-0, 8-9-0 with a 70, even 70 from judge number 1, a 70 from judge number 2 as well, and a 72 on your timed score for a total of 212. 212 for Lachlan Christensen and Dolly. Hip number 58, here comes Mr. Cash Bonnet aboard Eyem Steady. Cash Bonnet, one of our hosts here today. Eyem Steady by I Am Still Smokin' by I'll Smoke Ya. Yes, sir. It's going to be a 564, 5 and 64. Judge number 1 is going to be a 74. 74 from judge number 1. 74 from judge number 2. 75 on your time to score for a total of 223. Good run. 223 for Cash Bonnet, Eyem Steady, and hip number 58. Here's hip number 59. Hip number 59. We're back with the Whites. Bentley, Alberta. Lee White and Peppy Diamond Dancer. (916) 9-1-6 for Lee White. Going to be a 73 from judge number 1, a 73. 73.5 from judge number 2, and a 71 on your timed score for a total of 217.5, 217.5 for Lee White and Peppy Diamond Dancer. Hip number 61, Vaughn Workin's got another one here. Mr. Kyle Wilson doing the roping on Maple's Runnin' Money. Maple Chocolate, the barn name, going to be a 6-year-old gelding. Again, another good one from Vaughn Workin. Cornack, Saskatchewan. JV Cable's Runaway by Sammy's Runaway by Runaway Winner. Well, there'd be, it's going to be an 8-06, 8-06 in the field. Judge number 1 is coming in with a score of 75.5. 74.5 from judge number 2, and a 72 on your time score for a total of 222. 222 for Kyle Wilson and Maple's Runnin' Money. TJ Milne bringing another good one to the Fall Classic. Here's Honeybee Smokin. 5-year-old mare, purchased out of the Northlands Bloodstock sale from Betts Quarter Horses. Here's another horse that was bred out at Ken and Lane Betts in Brashaw, Alberta. Here's a buckskin mare that's seen some miles. And it's going to be a leg in the field with an 8-9-1, 8-91 plus 5, a 71 from judge number 1, 71, judge number 2, 71 as well, and your timed score with that leg in there, 67, 67. 209, 209 for TJ Milne and Honeybee Smokin, hip number 63. Here's hip number 64. Hip number 64, we're going back to Ryan McNaughton and Wrangler Steppin Out. Here comes Newt, Santana Lee Grant, Quesnel, British Columbia, the owner of this horse. Ryan McNaughton, no stranger to the rope and pin. Well, they get it put together. It's going to be a 9-1-3, a 9-1-3. Judge number 1 is telling us it's a 71.5, 71.5. Judge number 2, 70 even. Your timed score of 61 on the time score for a total of 202.5, 202.5 for Ryan McNaughton, 65. 65, Mr. Clay McNichols back with us. Aboard Cardi B. Cardi B, being a 4-year-old mare. Going to be a 772 plus 5, 772 plus 5, a 73 from judge number 1, 73, a 72 from judge number 2, a 73 on your timed score for a total of 218, 218 for Clay McNichol and Cardi B. Here be hip number 66. Hip number 66. Brett Buss is back with us. Oh, yeah, she's hired. 5-year-old mare. Trained by Braden Duckett. Shown by Brett Buss here today. Here's a former cutting horse. And a plus 5 in the field at a 9-1-5. A 9-1-5. Going to be a 71 from judge number 1. A 71. Judge number 2, 71 as well with your timed score, 66 with a total of 208 for Brett Buss, and oh yeah, she's hired that play gun mare. All right, we're going to go to hip number 67. Hip number 67, Connie Cassidy is bringing us Sultan Valentino. You saw him earlier in the heading. Valley Robles doing the heading on him this time around. We're looking at a 6-year-old gelding. Well, a 969, a 969 in the field. It's going to be a 71 but from judge number 1. 71 from judge number 1, a 70, judge number 2, a 69, and a 71 on your timed score for a total of 211. 211 for Sultan Valentino, hip number 67. Here comes hip number 68, Mr. Clint Bueller, Nanton, Alberta, Shining Boons. Here comes Walter, horse that was purchased from Corey Jacobson. We're looking at a 5-year-old. Sharp looking Pepto Boonsmall bred on the top with a Hollywood Dunnit mare. Well, a +5, it's going to be an 882. 882 plus 5. Judge number 1's giving us a 74.5. 74.5. Judge number 2, 74.5 as well from judge number 2. Your timed score of 67 with a total of 216. 216 for Clint Bueller and Shining Boons, hip number 68. Draw number 70, Von Workins back with a Steppin Small Town, Apollo. Going to be a 4-year-old gelding ridden here today by Kyle Wilson. Wimpy's Royal King by Wimpy's Little Step by New Checks to Cash. Steppin Small Town, they call him Apollo, owned by Von Workin. Kyle Wilson going to be doing the heading. Yes, sir. It's going to be a 10-2-0, 10 and 2-0 in the field with a 74.5. 74.5 from judge number 1. Your judge number 2 is a 74.5 as well. And a 70 on your timed score for a total of 219. 219 for Von Workin, Kyle Wilson, and Steppin Small Town, hip number 70. Here's hip number 71. Hip number 71, Telf Welling's riding in on Blazing the Sunfrost. Here's one they call Einstein, owned by Gina Flewelling. Bought this horse as a yearling. Been hauled all over to barrel jackpots, futurities, World Series team ropings, jackpots. Most athletic horse she's ever rode. Well, he's going to face him up in a Frenchman's Guy bred horse and be a 837. 837 with a 74.5 from judge number 1. 73 from judge number 2. Your timed score of 72. Going to be a 219.5. 219.5 for Gina and Telfo Elling on Blazing Sunfrost. Here's hip number 72. Hip number 72. Grady Brandon. Mr. Grady Brandon from Cherry Hill, Alberta. Masterstwistedremedy, calls him Junior. Here's a 6-year-old gelding. Again, from Josh and Jeremy Harden is where he bought him. Continued to finish him out. Taking him to rodeos, winning at Strathmore on him. 627 for Junior and Grady Brandon. Our judge number 1 is going to be 72.5, 72.5. Judge number 2, 73 even with your timed score. 64 because of that barrier with a running total of 209.5, 209.5 for hip number 72, Grady Brandon and Masterstwistedremedy. Well, Caleb, it's your turn, buddy. Here is hip number 73, Caleb Fawcett, Stettler, Alberta, Walkaway Thief on a 5-year-old gelding. Debt Eliminator by Dash to Fame. Here's a Dash to Fame bred horse, friends. And it's clean in the field this time. It's going to be an 849, 849. Judge number 1 is going to be a 75 even. Judge number 2 going to be a 73. Your timed score of 72 with a total of 220. 220 for Caleb Fawcett and Walkaway Thief, hip number 73. Let's go to 74. We're with Mr. Cale Peterson, Buck Lake, Alberta, BSR Eagle. Ranch raised, home raised, right here. He's only a 4-year-old. Bit of Blue Hickory by Doc's Hickory. If you're familiar with the Patton family breeding. All right, it's a 678 in the field for Cale. A 74 from judge number 1, a 74, and a 74 as well from judge number 2, and a 74 on your time score for a total of 222 for Cale Peterson and BSR Eagle. Mr. Clint Maddox aboard Bald Badger Ed, we call him Rooster. Here's a 4-year-old Meston bred horse, started by Jim Roxborough as a 2-year-old, does a heck of a job in that Buck Lake country. Owned by Stephen Tammy Maddox of Eckville, Alberta. Well, Todd's going to pull the flag down and be a 703 in the field, a 72.5 from judge number 1, 71.5 from judge number 2, and a 63 on your timed score for a 207 for Bald Badger Ed. They call him Rooster, hip number 75.